Greetings, sending all some warm, positive vibration. Shout out to all of you early risers. This is Body Culinary, and today I wanted to come in and to have a chat about training your locks. So this could perhaps be helpful for those of you that may have very fine, coarse, kinky, cottony textured hair, if you're very tender-headed, or perhaps if you're embarking on just trying out to see what it's like to have this kinky cottony hair without any kind of oils, butters, or products. Maybe perhaps you want to experience light fluffy hair. Perhaps you're someone that has a lot of dandruff and flaking. So this is a wonderful option. If you're interested in this conversation, stay tuned to the end and I will share my experience, not the only experience, but just one woman's perspective. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. I am Body Culinary, personal trainer, professional chef with a focus on whole living foods, foods that love you back. Peaceful consumption is what I like to call it. And on this channel, I love to encourage and provide some motivation and support to cultivate, restart, activate you may hear the bunny moving around, your personal movement practice to get into action around nurturing a garden for food security, as well as it being very deeply therapeutic and peaceful consumption. Loving eating foods that don't clog you up, clog up your skin, weigh you down. We're not here to shame ourselves or shame others for whatever your consumption practices. I invite you, though, to consider, we're these highly programmable beings, might as well program yourself to find your sweet spot, right? Foods that you step away and you're highly satiated, you're satisfied, but also you're nourishing yourself at a cellular level because food is primarily for nutrition, although I love to eat. We're doing a whole lot of recreational eating out here. So you can find, if anyone is interested in any of the resources that I have, you can find them on body-culinary.com. If you can't get to me, there's a guide, Whole Living Foods in the Hood with menus to fit your budget. There you will find a lot of what I've been doing over these years to maintain whole, fresh living foods as a lifestyle, not a diet. You can name it whatever you want. You'll have to find your ratios and your sweet spots, but that can give you a lot of insight and perhaps shorten your learning curve. It is very, very sustainable in all different types of environments. So I'll give you some insight into my thought process as someone that is a chef and that was a junk food junkie. So you can find that guide there. You can see sample shops, whether it's at a wholesaler. There are pictures of what I actually purchased and some ideas. What do you do with all this fresh produce? I'll give you some ideas on what I have prepared over the years for myself and my family. Also, for those folks that are inquiring, or if you have maybe a lot of acne and hyperpigmentation, the way that I cleared it up was not with products. It was with food and my movement practice, right? No products. So you can find that. I share what I've done in Natural Beauty, No Products. Only food, right? And so, of course, that is cruelty free. That's available on bodyculinary.com as well if you're interested in consulting, traveling abroad to spend time with me in the garden and revamping your whole movement practice, or maybe cultivating movement practice that can grow with you throughout the different phases of your life. And that is very efficient and effective and safe. There is Healthy Eating for Men. That webinar is available, as well as goddess cakes, passion cakes, raw vegan cakes, all unprocessed. So there's no tofu, no soy, no added sweeteners. So that's what I mean by foods that love you back. So all those resources are available on body-culinary.com. So that being said, today, what I wanted to come on to share about is training your locks if you have very, very fine hair. So I have very, very fine hair. And this early day, I'm about to go in the garden. So I have a longer sleeve shirt on so I don't get bit up by mosquitoes because there's quite a bit more rain this time of the year. And although I'm a person that doesn't like stuff on my head too tight or to feel like all bundled up with stuff, I've learned that going inside the garden with a lot of dirt and soil and passing under trees, a lot of things will get caught in this cottony carpet. So I have to motivate myself to put something on my head that can't be too tight or pulling at my delicate edges because all my hair will be on the floor and not coming back anymore. So this is just one of the things. I'm always being very creative that I created for my hair. right? And the material is somewhat not silky, like, but it's very, very smooth. So this is not, there's a little strip of a cotton blend, but this is not cotton. So I have to say that tying up your hair, even though I don't prefer it, I do feel a big difference. And this can make a big difference if you choose to not put any kind of oil in your hair. So even sometimes when I tie my hair up with a scarf, whatever is left out will catch a lot of dust. So I have been humbled from experience. So training your locks. What do I mean by training your locks, right? So as I've mentioned, I'm using the nopales in the yard, the cactus, which is very, very easy to grow. Or if in your area, if you don't have a garden yet, you can find them inexpensively at a Mexican grocer or perhaps an international market. So it's the cactus. It's not the spiny. It's not the cactus with the very, very sharp spines on it. So it won't hurt you, but you still want to scrape those off lightly with a knife. And it's very, very easy. So I'm not blending it. That makes a big difference. I'm not blending that. You'll see in another video. It makes a big difference in terms of you getting a really nice viscous gel that is on par with aloe gel, and I find it lasts a lot longer. So I really, really like that. I drink the nopales, right? Because I'm big on, as I mentioned before, anything that I'm eating, primarily my moisturization is coming from the insides from whole, fresh, living food. So that's one of the distinctions. I don't even like to say so much raw vegan. I like to focus on whole living foods with the living water, with the vitality, with the electricity. It's very, very different. The textures are different. It doesn't have the preservatives. However, I find my body really responds to whole living foods. My skin responds to fresh, unprocessed foods and movement, period, point blank. I've been humbled over the years. That's the only thing that cleaned up my skin, primarily from the inside, and that's also what I'm putting on the outside. So I had a lot of acne and hyperpigmentation, and I prefer to not wear makeup. Don't want to have to be a slave to those kinds of products. So also I don't have that stuff running down into my face when I'm doing my movement practice. So the nopales I'm drinking, I'm putting on my skin. I'm also putting it inside of my hair. So there's maybe perhaps one shampoo that I'll use, and it's very, very hard to find. So I don't like to be a slave or beholden to any kind of product. So most of the time I'm using nopales, and I'm using herbs from the garden. If you don't have herbs in your garden, then you can find maybe a local apothecary. I recommend you grow some. Or maybe perhaps you can find some like at an herbal shop or something. But I'm using the herbs, and it's nothing to me tops the fresh herbs. It's a whole nother experience. So the nopales, I make that, I'm not blending it. Again, I'm grating that by hand. And that's sometimes what I'll use as a moisturizer. If you don't have a filter on your shower and you're in an area where there's hard water or a lot of minerals inside the water over time, or just a lot of chlorine, it can dry your hair out. Again, this is a big distinction if you should choose to embark on not putting any products, no oil or any kind of butter. So it's a trade-off. So you'll really be feeling your raw virgin hair. So it's very, very soft and it's fluffy because there's nothing in it. So I'm lightly putting the nopales, the cactus on there, and it's different than even water, right? So I can spray my hair with water. I don't even need to really spray it so much with water. But if I want to train my hair, basically to let it lay down, my hair does grow away from the lock. I've found that if you leave it alone, eventually it will all mesh in and they will be trained. So the pieces that grow away from the scalp, initially, I just took it and I stick it in. Boop, stick it in the hole. That's it. I'm not interlocking. I'm not crocheting. Although I tried that before. My hair is so delicate. I found it just ripped my hair apart. So my hair can't take a lot of handling, a lot of beads. Although I like it, my hair doesn't like it. So initially, when it's first growing out, those loose pieces, I stuck them in. Then over time, I find I don't need to do that so much. So the piece that grow away, I smooth it with the nopales, and then I put either a silky scarf, a breathable silky scarf. So not the ones that are tightly woven, the ones that look almost like a mesh, like a thin mesh. So that if your hair's a little damp or if you've just washed it, that's a great time to train your locks. So you can decide where you want to put your part, if it's in the middle or on the side. smooth on a little nopales or water. The nopales may have a teeny bit more hold, but it's not stiff. And then I put my scarf on. So if I wanted it to look a little bit more polished, I don't have anything rolled up. I mean, I really prefer to be minimalist, because a lot of times I've taken that time from using to do my hair and I've traded that off into the garden, into my movement practice. So I simply put on the nopales and I put this on and I tie it down, and I find my hair looks very neat. And in terms of training my hair is very fine, even in the back. It's not very thick. So initially you may find, like, especially as it's shorter, it's going all over the place. So because my hair is parted this way, all of the locks will go in this way. So, and now, because you'll watch your hair the whole time that it's growing out, I wanted these to grow more this way, right? Because if I was twisting my hair, you would see my whole scalp, right? And my hair is very fine, so I don't want it to look scalpy. So, in just moisturizing a little bit with the nopales, or if all you have is water, rose water, use what you have. I tie it down, and so eventually you train the hair to start growing in a certain direction, right? I'm used to wearing 2 Afro puffs this way. For me, continuously wearing my hair this way, I trained my hair to fall this way, right? To come out to the sides. But I wanted to look more full here in the back. So I've had to literally stop doing so much, right, of my favorite style, give it a rest, and just let it flow to how I want it to fall. So the trade-off is it's not too bad, right? So I have it smoothed out. I don't have to brush it when it's nice and it's that little damp. That's when I'm smoothing it the way that I want it to go, and I tie it down. That's it. And you let the hair flow in the direction that you want it to go. So that's it. No muss, no fuss. You know, once you take off your scarf, you can like do a little shaky shake, which I like, because again, if you have very fine hair, that can be complementary to your hair looking more full, and also you're not seeing your whole scalp. So again, that's another distinction with these freedom hair or Afrolocs. You know, a lot of folks, most of the folks I see on YouTube talk about their parts. Sister lock is to grid. I really love Sister Locs, but I'll be honest with you, I don't have the bandwidth to do all of that. I just don't have it. That's a tremendous amount of time and attention, and I'm just not up for it. So the simplicity works for me. So the longer that I allow my hair to do what it does and to follow its lead, then it's a discovery process still of what my hair can do. So even me seeing that it has like a light wave or curl, just for me also training it. Right, my hair's falling where I want it to go. It's going, I'm laying in the direction I want to go, and it has almost like a little bit of a curl, and it's light and fluffy. And as somebody with fine hair, I don't have to see my scalp, right, because I'm not twisting it. And I've also given my edges a rest. So how's that for leaving your hair alone? There's so much benefit to leaving it alone. So I don't have styling gel. So if I want to, I can simply just put it to the side, right, for my practice. I don't have a lot of locks, right? It's only 32 or 33, and I only know because I don't have a lot of them. So now it has a little bit of length. Over time, I'm clipping off the ends because these used to be very big, fluffy, double strand twists. And so with fine hair, as it matures, this is what happens from all of that twisting and compressing of the hair. So the difference between that and what it looks like now with the scalp, that's a dramatic difference, right? Some of my hair are like 3 or 4 of them. So you can leave your hair alone. Now, what I would recommend if you're considering what I call them Afrolocs / freedom hair, because it's freed up my time for other things. If your hair should be shorter, what I would recommend is that initially, wherever you have parted your locks, greetings, I would recommend that you roll it. Either with, some people don't like pipe cleaners. I find pipe cleaners for my fine hair have given me the most definition. You can have a lot of fun if your hair is shorter. Find a roller. That's my bunny. That's you can find the roller of your choice and roll it so you can really embrace the fluff, right? They will, all of my hair also is all of them are flat, right? So if you have very fine hair, I can tell you each and every one, it's not a couple, all of them are flat as pancakes. Look at that. It's literally like carpet. So maybe now, folks, people would say, oh, your hair is so full and this and that. I'm telling you, I have very fine hair. So this is a trade-off, It's a trade-off, and it suits me just fine. I'm not twisting. I'm not oiling. My scalp has never felt better. I don't get any dandruff or any flaking. I can also, with massaging my hair with water, I can feel the quote unquote waxy sebum, especially as me eating all this whole fresh living fats, come to my scalp. So it's a distinction. It's a bit different, right? With no oils, no butter. You just start to really experience what your hair is like. So this perhaps, I hope, is helpful to those of you that may have fine hair. I know it's like to be like, oh, should I try Sister Loc? Should I try this? We're looking for something that, you know, representation matters. We're looking for something that we can wear, we feel comfortable, we feel stylish, it's versatile, you can get your workout, you can go in the water. So what I found, if you have very, very fine hair, right, and if you have acne, this to me is a blessing. It's a godsend. I wish I knew about this earlier, right? You give the edges a break. Your scalp gets a break from the dandruff. There's no pulling, right? Because I'm extremely tender-headed and it's painful. I don't have to do a whole lot of work. I have the option to put some curlers, some rollers, but now I don't really even have to do that because I put on this nice little head covering that I created, or a very sheer mesh scarf after I've added the nopales, so the cactus juice. That's it. Nothing. If it rains, sometimes it's rain on me in the garden, no problem. I went traveling to some caves and jumping in some water, no problem. It dries lickety split. I can just blot it with a towel. So that's why I'm calling this freedom hair. That's it. If I'm not putting the oils and butters in, I don't have to work like a demon, work overtime to get it out. So you've just taken, it's almost like an epiphany. You've taken so much off of the table. So the resources, the time and attention, you can put that towards your garden, your movement practice, and your peaceful consumption, having fun with your foods. And you just continually keep learning about your hair. That's why I call this radical self-acceptance. You can exhale. You have attractive styles that you can wear. It's functional, it's attractive, and it's functional. And I find it's a unique beauty mark. So why not embrace it? So let me know if you are endeavoring to try on just wearing your raw virgin hair, because it's just like with the food. Many people may think there are lots of things. You can't eat this raw. You can't eat that raw. There's a lot of stuff you can eat living. We're just not aware of how to prepare it. And many of us have just never really handled our own virgin hair for a extended period of time. So it is a journey. I call it the Afro flower journey. I don't know if women, some of the other women of other persuasions that are on this channel, maybe your hair likely behaves differently if you don't put any oils or other things, because women, some of the vanilla counterparts, the grease or the oil from their body and the sebum goes all the way down. So our texture is different. So let me know if you experience something different from not using products inside your hair. So this is all about freedom, because I really think that we deserve a break. I think that we deserve a break. I think we need, we're long overdue for some relaxation. We're very overdue for some relaxation. And the more we can free up our time and our energy, you know, we got other things to do with our time. So this is freedom here. This is Afrolocs. This is a unique genetic marker. We don't own locks. Anybody's free to lock their hair and express however you will. However, you know, we've been programmed to run away from this texture. And I say, why not embrace it? All of your features, you got one eye bigger than the other. If you're, you know, very, very high, light, yellow, pale, I say rock what you got, how you popped out onto this 3D earth plane. So let me know, are you endeavoring in trying out no oils or no butters? Have you, I would love to know, what is the longest period of time that you've experienced your virgin hair without doing anything to it, and was it frustrating for you? So let me know in the comments below. So I'm wishing you all to have a wonderful day, right? Create a great day on purpose. Why not? Just because you said so. I know that, you know, natural bodies, you know, they matter. We matter, right? Over here in Body-Culinary, I have decided, you got to do what you got to do, to trade over beauty for health and confidence, because we're all at our most attractive when we are healthy, right? So What's the bunny doing? Is bunny jumping in my bowls? Let me go take care of my bunny rabbit. Y'all create a great day on purpose, and I'll see you soon. Like, comment respectfully in the comment section, and subscribe. Check out Body Culinary on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok as Kwasa Peaceful Eating. Get on the mailing list at body-culinary.com for all the upcoming workshops. See you soon.